Good evening. My name is Prince Comrade Olushola Adegboye. It's about Nigeria. It's about the presidential election. You may think you are PDP, APC, Labour Party, call names of other parties. You might belong there. But one thing you should know, the same hardship, the same suffering is what we all are passing through, is what we have been passing through. Even though you might not be in Nigeria, you are being affected if you don't know. The money you used to send home before, now you send more. And the business you have in Nigeria is collapsing. Now you can no longer do business from your abroad to Nigeria, your country, because it's like waste of energy, waste of money. Listen, nobody is in a comfort zone as far as Nigeria is concerned, because you might be in abroad, it's comfortable for you. Your money, your property, your business is being perished back home because of our bad government. This is not the time we should be saying we are party this, we are party that. This is not the time we should be saying this person is my family, or I am Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo. If we have been ruled or governed by a good government, then we may have every chance to decide who we want to vote for based on your relationship with the person or ethnics or whatever, religion. But hence we as Nigeria has never experienced any good government since 1960. Even though it's your sibling, born of the same parent, that is coming to power, and you know that person cannot serve us, is to cause us more pain and sorrow. This is the time we should stand against anybody, no matter the relationship you have with that person or you're having. Hence, I want to project to you Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if he's going to be good in this office, if he's not going to be worst. With my observation, he is going to be the next president of our country, Nigeria. With my observation as well, he is going to be the worst president. He's going to be counted among the worst president Nigeria has ever had. Why? Not as a prophet, but with some reasons. Listen, from the onset, ever since the primary election and the campaign, the rally kick off, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not honored any town hall debate or meeting, or respect any journalist, or respect the 200 or 180 million Nigerians to kindly honor one of those meetings and say, yes, this is who I am and this is what I want to do. But he have the guts and the disrespect to our nation to go to the UK and grant interview to foreigner as if we are still in the era of colonialism. That is so disrespectful. That shows that if he becomes the president of our country, Nigeria, this man will he is not going to value us in any way. How many citizens of Nigeria are in UK? And if you become the president of Nigeria, are you going to be president of the United Kingdom? This is the same thing Buhari have been doing to us. When they say people die, something happen, he will not address it. Instead, he will address when they say cow should not be allowed to parade the street. This man is already giving us red light. I don't hate him. I'm not a politician. I don't want to be a politician in the nearest time. But we should talk about our nation. The suffering is too much. Yes, we are in a comfort zone. What about your parents, your siblings? Are they in a comfort zone in Nigeria? A man who already don't have value for his citizen? A man who already declared himself to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because he's his son, Emilio Khan? It's my turn to rule, not that it's my turn to better Nigeria. So this video may not tell it all, but I think I have a video here that we should listen.
Campaigning?
Things are going very well. I'm very, very confident and that this election, free and fair, I'm the front runner. That is why I'm getting many arrows.
We'll talk about one or two of the arrows in a bit. Let's talk about your priorities. If you do win the elections in February and you're sworn into office come May 29th, what are your priorities?
Security and economic recovery to accelerated development, to get Nigeria employed and get inflation down. Monetary policy needs to be changed. Subsidy needs to be decided upon and removed.
Security is a big problem for many Nigerians. And I remember in this very room in 2015, I asked President Muhammad Buhari when he was campaigning about that issue. And he said, well, we know what we're going to do. We know what we're going to do. The problem still persists. What are you going to do specifically?
It actually reduced. I would defend him for that. Then 17 local governments and about 4 states where we have flags of foreign jihadists in Nigeria. That is no more. That is long gone. To start a chaos is easy. To bring normalcy and redecorate is more difficult. Here we are. Buhari has degraded, but not completely eliminated Ashworth. Then we talk briefly of lethal weapons and ammunition and technology equipment that could help accelerate the cleanup of those people. The West is yet to feel comfortable enough with the Buhari administration to sell us the arms.
Do you think that will change? That might change with you, or will that change with you?
It could change. It might not change. But we have to look at, alternatives. And those are the mass recruitment of individuals in a volunteer army to really clean up.
So more people in your military forces, security forces, so to speak, as you said during your speech downstairs. Now, I just want to move away from that because I realize we don't have much time. There's also the issue of Nigerians have lived under this Buhari administration for 8 years now, almost 8 years. Some would say this 8 years has come with a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. You are coming from the same perspective as President Muhammad Buhari, and you're members of the same political party. You helped bring him in to office nearly 8 years ago. What are you going to do different? Why should Nigerians be voting for you?
Because I'm different. I am Bola Tinubu. I have governed Lagos. I've built a model state that could be a country on its own. I've led an administration that is so prudent. From 600 million internally generated revenue to 5 billion a month. That's a record. Nobody else can brag about that. I've treated and tamed the Atlantic Ocean surge in Nigeria that will have perished many people in Lagos. The infrastructural renewal of Lagos is excellent. I've continuity in Lagos. Buhari has done his best. I can't run away from him being my friend, my leader in the party. I will not.
Okay, sir. I mean, when you talk about money generated in Lagos, and I want to come to your own personal self. When you talk about, you're a very wealthy man.
How do you know?
Well, you know, I mean,
You are not my accountant.
I'm not in your account, but this is speculation, and it's fine. You can actually rebut it or not. When I look at some publications and they say they're worth 4 billion, some is even more than that, but you refuse to explain where your wealth comes from. I know where you live in Lagos. It's a massive, sprawling mansion that takes up nearly a quarter of a street in a very expensive suburb. Why do you refuse? I mean, don't Nigerians have the right to know where the wealth of their next leader comes from?
Because they got to know how to analyze and how to ask questions, not in the accusatory format. Are they enemy of wealth? If they are not enemy of wealth, investment do yield. I have an example of a Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the country, in America and in the world. It started from stock buying and brokerages. I inherited great real estate. I turned the values around. I'm not denying my wealth. I've not been, I was the most investigated, the most accused governor in the opposition up to, from for 8 years and up to 2007. And since I left the office, I'm still there. I've not taken any government appointment, no government contract.
Yes, but some say the legacy you left in Lagos State was that, you were getting a share of the revenue that Lagos State was generating.
Hey, excuse me, share what? Have they proven it? The World Bank has, IMF has investigated the record in Lagos. What's wrong with them?
And I want to move away from that.
It's envy.
I think you've kind of explained that, and we don't have much time. If you were not running for president, sir, you have two main opposition candidates, Abubakar Atiku and Peter Obi, who people are saying, he's the young upstart, and I mean that in a very positive way.
Young where?
Young upstart.
Have they been governor of Anambra 8 years?
Anyway, Your Excellency, if you weren't running for president, which of your two major opponents would you be voting for?
None.
Why not?
Because they are not as competent as any other person out there. They have no track record. None of them is qualified except me.
All right. Maybe you understand what they are saying or what he's saying. That is not even the issue. The purpose of this video is not the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is this interview was done in UK, and one other one that they organized, whether I don't know what they call it in the UK, people were speaking for him. People speaking for him is not even my concern. This man has not honored any debate, any meeting or journalist or television station in Nigeria, despite the fact that this is the moment he should prove to us that he's loyal, he's humble, he has humanity at heart. This is the moment. But now he's just putting it to our face that he don't care about us, as if it's a military government is going to be. I wish Nigeria, my country, success. I don't have to call God on it because I cannot say where has God been for all this while. Whatever we give to ourselves, we will manage it. But if it's God that is actually proving to us who this man is by allowing him to disgrace himself, by allowing him to refuse us, by allowing him to disrespect us. I think it's enough evidence for we to know what will happen in the next 8 years or 4 years to come. All we need is somebody who can turn Nigeria around for good. Somebody who should have human sympathy. Somebody who should hear the cry of a single person in the whole country, not until when 1 million people die, when 200 people die. In a country that are being governed by a human being and governing human beings as well, government respond to a single life lost. Government respond to a single accident that happened to that people sustain just injury. A president of that country, so long he hear about the news, he will respond to it through media. They will go to the scene and he sympathize with the victims and all that. Now, over 180 million people, Tinubu cannot seize just 1 hour or 2 hours to go there. That yes, I heard that you people want to see me. Of course, I have to be here. No, instead, Tinubu have to travel to the UK to go and give himself to the UK journalists and to few Nigerians in the UK. All right, we shall see. The confidence in him is just too much. He already sees himself as a president and is already doing what he thinks is good for business. Look at even the few questions they ask him is opposite of what he's saying. What is wrong with you telling us how come you're wet? Yes, my father was a cocoa and a rubber typer, and he used to take it abroad, being the first son, or I had the opportunity of working with the white. I brought them here to develop certain whatever, and I'm now a shareholder of it. Or I was a governor of a Lagos state. Even before governor, what was your what? You say they are enemy of wet. Yeah, they are enemy of wealth. Where did you get your money from? And the question is, if you were not running for an office, who would you have voted for among the two? You say none. At the other, and you go ahead and say you are the best for the position. The question is, you were taken out of those two people. Nobody is even asking you if you were to vote for yourself, or if now that you are running, who do you think it will win? No wahala. But one thing you people should know, both you, the Agbero that they are going to use to steal and break, whether that they call it a pool or whatever, the boxes, you have been suffering for how many years? According to you people, you say you have been suffering since 1999. That means you've never had a good government. But according to the view, the PDP era was better than the APC era. Is better than rather. So now, after they might have used you people to rig the election, to cause commotion, to destroy your future, you will still be in that every junction. Agberode, Agberode, every junction. Agberode, Agberode, because you have sold your future. because you have hit your future. Oh. Every junction, Agberode, hey, Agberode. After they use you like caterpillar, they uproot the trees. Will they allow you to apply the road after tying the road? No. Now, una don dey do press up o, dey wait for how una wan take rig election. After una rig am finish, all the promises, dem no go let una even near their gate, una no go even know their gate. Even if dem dey come for road, na mopo na im go dey drive una, dey shoot gun, dey push una comot for road. E happen to you once, twice, how many times uncountable? Una no still get sense. Una no still get sense. Una wan sell another of una future for 8 years again. I sorry o. I am not campaigning for anybody. If only at least he can be human to make us feel like he need our vote. This man is not talking as if he need our vote. So that is my concern. There is nothing wrong with him coming to power. There is nothing wrong with any Nigeria being president. But let us feel like it's our vote that we can't. You are already making us to feel like you don't need our vote. You are already there.